ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सर्ववेदांत सिद्धांत गोचरन्तमगोचरं गोविंदं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। In the shloka 366, what we saw yesterday is through Nirvikalpaka Samadhi, this jnana becomes more and more dhruva and sputa. It becomes clear and firm, and with certainty, no doubts remain. The viparita bhavana goes away. Otherwise, the manogati is difficult to handle. Nanyatha chalataya manogatehe pratyantara vimishritam bhavet. Otherwise, what will happen is that other vrittis will get mixed up and then they'll hijack the nididhyasana, they'll hijack the dhyana itself. That won't be possible. So the mind has to be resolved. As long as the mind is not resolved, the vasanas are not resolved, so long the risk, so to say, or the possibility of Baihya vritti and being attracted by the Vishayas would be there. That risk would be there. In continuation, Bhagavad Padacharya says, Atas samadatsvayatendriya san nirantaram shanta manah pratichi vidhvansayadhvanta manadya vidyaya krutam sadekatva vilokanena. So sada ekatva vilokanena. Vilokana should be there. Through that vilokana, ekatva, through that understanding of oneness of Brahmatma or oneness between Brahma and Atma. Both ways it's the same meaning. If you say Brahma is one, then there is nothing other than Brahma, that is Atma. And if you say that there is oneness between the two, then Brahma and Atma are one. And by extension, since Advaita Tattva is there, there is oneness all the way. Between Brahma and Atma, between Brahma and Jagat, and between Atma and Jagat, because there is no Bheda possible. So in continuation, because earlier what has been said is that there is a flip side shown to not being in this Nididhyasana, Rupa Samadhi, which leads to Samadhi. Otherwise, the manogati would increase unto, or it would spread into Anya Vishaya. Ataha, therefore, so this shloka connects by saying Ataha, therefore what? Samadatsva. The Guru is telling the Shishya, Samadatsva means you practice Samadhi. So you practice Samadhi on this Advaita Tattva through whatever mechanism has been taught. And Yatendriya San. So it's a two-pronged approach. You cannot say that, okay, I'll not withdraw from the Prapancha, but I'll hold on to this Aikya. And you cannot say that I'll just withdraw and not do this Samadhi or Nididhyasana. So it is a two-pronged approach. You have to withdraw and go into the Atma. You have to remain in the Atma and withdraw. Either way you start, you have to do both. Otherwise, it is not possible for this Dridha Vasana to go away completely. That's why Mohakshaya is not Moksha. Mohakshaya is good, but without Jnana, Aikya Jnana, and without being able to stay in this Atma Tattva, it's not possible for one to be liberated. Therefore, one way Mohakshaya is not Moksha, and then Jnanena Moksha is true, but that Viveka There the adhikaritvam is assumed. When we say jnanena moksha, that time we assume the uttama adhikari. If the adhikari is adhama or madhyama, then the viveka vairagya and shamadamadi shatkam, which has begun, which has made this jnanotpatti possible, be it paroksha or even aparoksha, what has made it possible for it to culminate into Jivan Mukti, that Viveka Vairagya and Samadhi Shatkam has to continue, and therefore Samadhi along with this Jnana and followed by Jnana, Shravana Mana Nidhyasana, the Samadhi which follows, along with that there has to be Vairagya. So Shamadama has to be continued up to that extent. So Guru tells him, Samadatsva Yatendriya San. Yatendriya says, is a Bahuri. Being San, being Yatendriya. Yatendriya is Yatani Indriyani Yena. By whom the Indriyas are controlled. Bahya as well as this Jnanendriya as well as Karmendriya, they are controlled. Shamadama is in a great measure. And at this stage, there is no indulgence driven by any of the biases, no ragadveshas. Nirantaram shantamanaha pratichi, and samadatsva kutra. What should be the samadhi on? The vishaya, samadhi vishaya. Pratichi, pratyangatmani. Pratichi means that pratyangatma. In the innermost self, not on the self which is associated with koshas, but that innermost self which is free from all the koshas, including the Anandamaya kosha. Shantamanaha, thereby the mind has to be composed and it should be at peace. That kind of a still mind will make this samadhi possible, and nitya samadhi or sada possible. Nirantaram, therefore nirantaram. Continuously practice the samadhi on your own self, and this own self is not the self which is different from the special Purusha of Sankhyas or Yogis. We saw that yesterday. It has to be that Aikya Rupa, where Pratyangatma or Pratichi means Brahmani. And then Vidvamsaya, thereby this Samadhi will take away Vasana. So he said Dhvantam, this Anadya Vidya. Dhvantam Anadya Vidyaya Vidvamsaya. Vidvamsaya is again Madhyama Purusha Ekvachana. You destroy this Anadi Avidya. Anadi Avidya Vidvamsaya Dhvantam Anadya Vidyaya. So through this Anadi Avidyaya Krutam, whatever is Krutam through Avidya, what is Avidya Karya, that should be destroyed. You destroyed that. Not should be destroyed, you destroy that, meaning practicing this Samadhi, you have a control over it. You are having a say over your mind, and thereby through this Pratyangatma Samadhi, a Samadhi on Pratyangatma, by the mind which is quiescent now, that Samadhi is possible, and thereby Anadya Vidya Krutam Dhvantam Vidvamsaya. You destroy this Dhvanta is it Aprakasha Rupa or the veil. Ajnana Kruta Avarnam Vidvamsaya. That is, so Dhvantam would mean kind of an Avarana there, because it's darkness there. So Dhvantam Anadya Vidyaya, that Avidya which is Anadi, through that what is Kruta, what is a Karya of that, created by that or set up by that darkness of your own Swarupa. Darkness meaning that veil which has been created or set up by Avidya, Anadi Avidya, that you destroy. Sada Ekatva Vilokanena. And through what? So that Samadhi on Pratichi has been explained here. Otherwise it can be misunderstood as Pratyangatma. One Pratyangatma which is me, and there are other Pratyangatmas elsewhere. Not that. Here Ekatva Vilokanena. By knowing that you are that innermost self, which is the only self. There is no other self for anyone. When anything that says that there is an inner self or knows that there is that self is you. So Brahmatma is understood by the Sadekatva Vilokanena. Ataha, therefore, Brahma Tattva Sputavagamartham, for the clear understanding of Brahma Tattva, Sada Yatendriya San, always being Yatendriya, meaning Yatani Nigrihitani, Indriyani Shrotradini Yena, being a person by whom all his Indriyas are controlled, such as Shrotra Ityadi. All these Indriyas and Nirantaram, Yatendriya and Nirantaram Santatam Prashanta Manaha Shantam Nirvikaram Manaha Yasya Sa Shanta Manaha San, being that kind of a person who is having Nirvikara Mana, the mind which is completely composed and focused and thereby peaceful there. So Shanta means, in vernacular it means peaceful. Here it is explained as Nirvikaram. Why is it peaceful? Because it is not jittery the way it is otherwise. Sa Shantamana, San, being that kind of a person, Pratichi Pratyagatmani. So Pratyagatmani Samadatsva. In that Atma, Pratyagatma, you practice this Samadhi. Manaha Samsthapaya, meaning resolve the mind in that, place your mind in that Atma, meaning resolve it. Tajjanyena Sadekatva Vilokanena, and through that what will happen? That Ekatva Vilokana, which you already had at the Shravana stage, Gata Sakala Bheda Brahma Sakshatkarena, through that Brahma Sakshatkara, where all the Bhedas have gone away. All the Bhedas. So Gata Sakala Bhedaha Gataha. So in that Brahma Sakshatkara, where Gata Sakala Bheda means Gataha Sakala Bheda Yasmin Brahma Sakshat Kare, Yasmin Brahma Sakshatkare Sakala Bhedaha Gataha, that is what Gata Sakala Bheda Brahma Sakshatkaraha. Tena Gata Sakala Bheda Brahma Sakshatkarena Anadya Vidyaya Anadihi Ya Vidya, that avidya which is Anadi, which is what? Sarva Samsara Mula Bhuta, which is that Maya Rupa, which is the basis for entire samsara, entire bondage. Taya Kritam, that which is set up by it. Dhvantam, what is Swarupa Aprakasham, that veil which hides Ajnana. Virodhartha is explained here. So that Dhvanta, Avidya Kruta Dhvanta, Dhvanta is what? Swarupa Aprakasha. Swarupa Prakasham Vidvamsaya. And in second case, Swarupa Aprakasham Dhvantam Krutam Vidvamsaya Vinashaya. Destroy that veil and thereby Vikshepa will not seem like real anymore. 368 shloka is introduced by Vyakhyanakara saying Nirvikalpaka Samadhu Kramena Upayan Aha Yogasyeti. So what is the way? Now you say that you have to practice this Samadhi, you continue to do this. So what will facilitate this? Nirvikalpaka Samadhu, stepwise if I ask you, what will facilitate? Kramena. Thereby he says, Yogasya Prathamam Dwaram Vagnirodo Parigraha Nirasha cha Niriha cha Nityam Ekanta Shilata. So we have to question whether our effort is sufficient. Is the Jnana Sthira? Is the Viparita Bhavana gone to a great extent? Is Shamadama enough? Are we doing enough justice to our sadhana? How do we know this? Nirvikalpaka Samadho Kramena Upayan. Otherwise Nirvikalpaka Samadhi will not take place without these. These are the upayas, these are the means. So stepwise it is shown how should you practice this. Nididhyasana is not deep enough, and by deep enough I mean that it is not continuous enough, it is broken. This Nitharam Sthiti Nishtha, that Sthiti which has to be Nitharam, continuous, Tailadharavat, up to such an extent that there is no Triputi also, thereby Nirvikalpaka Samadhi. How that comes about? I have Nishtha, but it is not happening. Why? Because continuously it is not happening because obstacles are there. These obstacles are vasana rupa. There is still some value created due to these vasanas, value for the prapancha. So yogasya prathamam dwaram, yoga here is chitta vritti nirodha rupa yoga, which is samadhi. Prathamam dwaram, what is the first doorway to that, first step to that? That is vang nirodha. I think Mundaka Upanishad says anya vacha vimuncha. So the vimunchata, you should stop talking about anything else. Even nididhyasana is explained in two ways. Bhagavan Vidyaranyacharya in Panchadashi he says that tatkathanam, all that, just talking about only this Brahma Tattva. Smaranam, all these Navadha Bhakti which is talked about in Vaishnava Sampradaya, Navadha Bhakti in Narada Bhakti Sutra or in Bhakti Marga, they talk about Navadha Bhakti. In all ways you can worship the Lord, that is Bhakti. All those 9 steps can be brought and applied to Brahmatma. Whatever you do, it should be dealing with Brahma. It should be Brahma Vishaya, not as an object but as a Vishaya. Brahma is the Vishaya for anything. Tatkathanam, Tatsmaranam. That all this Anyonya, whenever there is some chat also, it should be about this. Not general talk, General talk is social order. But for the sadhaka, one should avoid every other talk. Therefore, that becomes the first step. So, Vang Nirodha, have to have control over speech. The tongue has a twofold job in comparison to the other indriyas. It is an input as well as an output. It has a taste for things, for vishayas, and it also chatters. It also runs around freely. It does not have a bone. In Marathi there is a saying, Tumcha jivela kai had, meaning does your tongue have any bone? It goes on freely, it runs freely, it runs havoc at times. And what is the running havoc, running haywire for a sadhaka? It is chat other than Brahmatma Tattva. Because the more you talk about Anya Vishaya, the more vasanas. Someone else will respond in that manner, more Shravana also of Atattva, of Brahma. So all that will gather more vasanas, and thereby all of this is possible for whom? For a person who is not staying at home with his family and friends and relatives and watching TV and the stock market and whatnot. It's not possible. It is unfair to expect something to happen with that indulgence. It is not going to happen. This mental sannyasa is bogus for most of them. A rare personality we consider as an exception who proves the rule. Janaka proves the rule that one odd king in some shastra, who also is questioned by Bhagavan Bhashyakara in Gita whether he was really a jnani when he was a king. He questions that. He gives him benefit of doubt, but with a pinch of salt you have to take whether it is really true. So one-off in Shastras, a couple of examples do not establish that it is possible for everyone. It in fact establishes that it is possible only through Nyasa. Thereby Uparatihi is given importance, and Uparati is not Shamaha. It is separated from Shamaha by saying that Uparati in Shatka Sampati or Samadhi Shatkam is Sannyasa there. So Vang Nirodha Aparigraha. Aparigraha also shows that, see, Parigraha, one cannot be a Grahastha and not plan it out. It's a planning is important for a Grahastha. You have to think about tomorrow, you have to think about your dependents. All of this is possible. You have to bring up your children. You have to, even after children grow up, there is a concern. Oh, is my son or daughter doing well? Is their married life better? Why are they not having expanding their family? All these things are there. You look at the middle age and beyond middle age, old age problems are quite different. We think that we'll have we'll postpone Vedanta to that stage. But then when we reach that stage, the mind is weak. All these issues happen and they block the nididhyasana, let alone samadhi. So yogasya prathamam dwaram vang nirodha aparigraha. So if you plan and start accumulating for a rainy day tomorrow, you save for a rainy day. Sannyasi shouldn't do that. That's so aparigraha. One should not accumulate. Only need basis, only for survival of oneself. That attitude will help a person stay. Otherwise, that planning will be there even while practicing nididhyasana. As soon as I end this so-called meditation that I am doing, let me work on this plan. I am awaiting something to happen that will help me accumulate more. So that should not be there. Therefore, aparigraha. Even for a sannyasi, aparigraha. How much dana will come? Will this person give something? Or rakshana also, whatever I have. Even kaupina. There is a mention, I think, in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad itself, when there is a class going on, there is a patha going, Vedanta patha, the guru is teaching the shishyas. Shishyas are for the most part, antevasi brahmacharis, and they have, what do they own? They have some dhotis, they have some kaupina, some kamandalu, sannyasis and brahmacharis, who are ashrama-vasis. And the king Janaka is there. The king Janaka is there in the Sabha. He is also listening to this Vedanta Patha. He has visited the Gurukula, and suddenly there is this thing that all around there is fire. The city is burning. So such a news comes around, and then these kids start running around. They say that, oh, my kaupina is going to burn. This is all that I have, and they start running for that. But Janaka is still as a jnani. What is he saying? He is saying that even if the entire city burns away, my kingdom burns away, nothing goes. I mean, I will lose absolutely nothing. I forget the mantra there. So, Mithilayaha, something is there. If Mithila completely burns also, I will lose nothing. Because that Atma Tattva is there. Thereby aparigraha, even a sannyasi or a brahmachari or one who is a vanaprasthi, any one of these can have a desire to hold on to something and accumulate. So aparigraha is mentioned there. See why all these, these are covered in yoga, first steps of yoga. So yogasya prathamam dwaram, even the anga there, yama niyama. Without yama niyama, people do asana pranayama, and there is no pratyahara possible. Therefore, dhyana dharana, samadhi is not possible. Even if there is a glimpse, one cannot hold on to it. Therefore, prathamam dwaram is vang nirodha, then aparigraha, nirasha. Asha should not be there. So nirasha, shama, and niriyaha. So nirasha and niriyaha cha, both put together, nirasha cha, niriyaha cha, they talk about dridha, shama and dhamma. Individually, nityam ekanta shilata, and dhyana is not possible. There is no public dhyana, there is no, this group meditation is all training. It is not really meditation. Group meditation people may do, and they may say, there is a huge effect, like see, Veda Patha you do in a group, there is more resonance, there is more effect, that is understood. Not by meditation. We are not doing something for lokodhara, that some meditation, some energy will be created, and then there is a sankalpa that this meditation is for the worldly good. None of that. You are the world, it is your own good. It is self-centered, even selfish, because there is nothing other than the self. Thereby, ekanta shilata, one should not stay with others and say, okay, I mean, there is no anyonya, dependency need not be there in dhyana. So ekanta shilata, one should rejoice that loneliness, the wholesome loneliness there. Yogasya bahya sakala vritti nirodhasya vang nirodha. So vang nirodha maunam. So yogasya bahya sakala vritti nirodhasya. This is the explanation for yoga. Yogasya meaning bahya sakala vritti nirodhasya. Yoga sutra says chitta vritti nirodha. Therefore bahya sakala vritti, All entire vritti which is outward. What is outward? Everything other than Atma is outward Anatma. So all the Anatma vritti Nirodha should happen, and that is called as yoga here. And Vang Nirodha is Maunam. That Maunam is for Nirodhasya, for Yogasya Prathamam Dwaram. The first step towards that is Maunam. So Dwaram is Karanam. So what is the cause for that yoga? The first step, Prathamam, first cause, meaning the first step is this Dwaram is Maunam. Vyavaharina Manovrittinam Vardhamanatvat. Why? Because Manovritti, all the Bahya Sakala Vritti which has, whose Nirodha you are trying. You are trying to resolve all the Bahya Vritti, they will increase. So you cannot be, the way we saw the elephant, takes a bath and throws mud on itself, that is a mud bath for it. We can't be doing that. We can't be bathing and putting mud at the same time. Otherwise you are not clean. Similarly here, you cannot be resolving vrittis and gathering vrittis at the same time. Therefore, Vyavaharana Manovrittinam Vardhamanatvat Prathamam Dwaram Maunam Yogasya. Aparigraha. What is aparigraha? Sharira sthiti matra sadhanatirikta bhoga sadhana svikaraha. Aparigraha means svikaraha, acceptance of what? So svikara, actually it is sadhana svikara, so asvikaraha. It is what? Sharira sthiti matra sadhana atirikta bhoga sadhana asvikaraha. It is asvikara. Non-acceptance, not accepting, not accepting anything, any bhoga sadhana other than sharira sthiti matra sadhana. Sadhana is a means. Not accepting any other means, not accumulating anything other than that which is bare minimum necessary for your for maintenance of the sharira. Other than that, you give up everything. That is called as aparigraha. Tatsvikare tadrakshanaado vyapriyamana chittasya vritti nirodhasya asambhavitatvat. Otherwise, vritti nirodha will not happen, because if you accept all sorts of things other than what is needed for your sharira, then towards that, the effort will be towards that. Tadrakshanado, gather that, and you want to protect all that. So thereby, Vyapriyamana chittasya vritti nirodhasya asambhavitatvat. It is not possible for this chitta which is going through so much of vikshepa, of trying to gather and protect, that yoga kshema. There yoga is different. Yoga is gaining something, and kshema is protecting what you already have. So to gain something you don't have and to protect what you have, the mind will be running around even during sadhana. Thereby, vritti nirodhasya asambhavitatvat. It will not be possible. Vritti nirodha will not happen. Ashayam karmani cha chittam vikshipyate janasange sitau cha ataha nirasha cha vairagyam niriha cha karmabhya uparatihi nityam ek. So these are the two additional things which are mentioned, nirasha and niriha. So ashayam, if there is asha, desire for something, then karmani, asham karmani cha chittam vikshipyate. You will want to do some activity to fulfill that desire. So the mind will again run behind, hanker behind, and start planning an activity out. Janasange sitau cha. And once you are among the world, among the people there, then what will happen? Janasang vikshipyate, and then janasange sitau cha ataha nirasha cha. Even when you are among the people, then whatever people want, you will also, the mind tends to want as per the company. The company wants that, you also want that. Whether for the sake of the company or not, the mind will start wanting that. Thereby asha will be growing, and then karmani chitta vikshepa will happen towards an activity, any activity which will meet my desire. Then this nirasha is vairagyam. So vairagya is important. Ataha nirasha. Nirasha cha means vairagyam. Niriha, what is niriha? Niriha cha means karmabhya uparatihi. You withdraw from karma also, dhamma. So shama earlier and then dhamma. In other words, nityam ekanta shilata, being alone all the time. Nityam एकांते विजने देशे शीलं स्थितिः यस्य एकांतशीला सः तद्भावः तत्ता च योगस्य हेतवः. So the status of being alone is called as this ekantashila there, ekantashilata. So being alone in a solitary place. You can't be alone in one room in your house and call that ekanta, because it will not be nitya. It will be a planned meditation, but we are talking about trying to go from nididhyasana to samadhi and samadhi to sahaja samadhi, as we discussed yesterday. That is possible only when it is trained in ekanta and vijana desha. Okay, the next shloka looks like a different chanda there. Let me just think over. Just give me a moment. एकांतस्थितिरिन्द्रियो परमणे हेतुर्दमश्चेतसः संरोधे करणं शमेन विलयं यायादहं वासना तेनानन्दरसानुभूतिरचला ब्राह्मिः सदा योगिनः तस्मात् चित्तनिरोध एव सततं कार्यः प्रयत्नान् मुनेः. So fit in some tune. एकांत स्थिति ही इंद्रियोपरमणे हेतुः दमः चेतसः संरोधे करणं शमेन विलयं यायात् अहम वासना यायात् यायात् इज अ विधिलिंग. देन तेन आनंद रसानुभूतिः अचला ब्राह्मी सदा योगिनः तस्मात् चित्त निरोध एव सततम कार्यः प्रयत्नात् मुनेः. So what is it saying? Ekanta sthitihi, which we saw in the earlier shlokas, ekanta nityam ekanta shilata. So here it is said ekanta sthitihi, not only habit there, but one should stay there. Ekanta sthiti, one should stay in the habitation should be in ekanta there. Indriyoparamane hetu, that becomes the hetu for indriyoparana. Why? Because ekanta is there is no other, and you are trying to go to no other, state of no other, advaita. Therefore in practice also you should try to be advaita without another. So if you start being with others and give reality to others, then that reality to others becomes firm and it will be opposed. That dvaita bhava will be opposed to advaita. So to train the mind initially you have to be alone. Therefore indriyoparamane hetuhu. Otherwise indriyas will go outward, and the more indriyas go outward and they objectify their own vishayas, then what happens is that you start gathering vasanas. There is another, and so on. Thereby the advaita will be opposed to by dvaita initially. Mithyattva nischaya is there, but still so dhyana will not be possible, because even let's say you are alone, the person is doing something around you, that person will be making some noise, that shabda will be heard. So when you are training the mind to be quiet and go within, that sound will drag you outside. Now that may trigger krodha ityadi. So the world drags you back. That's why ekanta sthiti, and that becomes the hetu for indriya uparamana, for indriyas to be withdrawn. Then damaha also hetuhu, damaha chetasaha samrodhe karanam. Further what? Further dama. Dama is the means for chetasa samrodhe. So for chetasa samrodha is shama. Dama is the karana for shama. We have seen earlier, we have seen the other way around also. But here what is said, if you withdraw from the activities, indriyas go away, external karmendriyas, you withdraw the karmendriyas, then jnanendriyas will also get withdrawn. Thereby for shamaha, dama becomes the karana. Further, shamena aham vasana shamena aham vasana yayat vilayam yayat. So that is the anvaya there. So third sentence there would be shamena. See, dama becomes the karana for shama, and through shama aham vasana, ahankara is controlled, thereby shamena aham vasana vilayam yayat. Aham vasana attains vilaya. Aham vasana is the karta of the sentence. Aham vasana is ahankara. Vasana towards that individuality is called as aham vasana. That aham vasana vilayam yayat, it will attain resolution. Tena what? Tena aham vasanayah vilayena. Through the vilaya of aham vasana, ananda rasanubhuti. That ananda rasanubhuti is only after ahankara quietance, resolves. And then achala brahmi yoginaha achala brahmanu, this ananda rasanubhuti, which is brahmi. That ananda rasanubhuti is not vishayanubhuti. It is not vishayananda rasanubhuti. It is brahmananda rasanubhuti. Therefore anubhuti is strilinga, tin pratyanta. Therefore brahmi means it is brahmananda. That rasa is not vishaya rasa, but it is brahma rasa, raso vaisa. So that brahma, it is not created by vishaya, it is swarupa ananda. That is said here as brahmi. This ananda rasanubhuti, which is achala. Vishaya ananda rasa is not achala, it is chala, it keeps on moving. But this anubhuti is achala. Therefore brahmi achala ananda rasanubhuti tena yoginah bhavati. For yogi, this is what that the ananda rasanubhuti is achala for this yogi now, and sada it is achala and it is always there. It not only is it not flickery, but it will always be there. Tasmat, therefore meaning what? Since dama leads to shama leads to ahankara vilaya, and ahankara vilaya leads to this brahmi achala ananda rasanubhuti. Therefore, for a yogi, tasmat chitta nirodha eva satatam karyah munehe prayatnat karyah. Therefore, for a muni, what has to be done? What is a to be done duty for a muni? For a yogi, this brahmi sthiti is the goal, and this yogi who is a muni, mananashila muni, that muni should continuously practice this chitta nirodha. That is his duty, that is the only duty. In fact, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says that what is your duty? What is to be done by you? Oh, I have to study, I have to make wealth, I have to build a family, I have to build palaces, I have to gain luxurious items. All this is the planning of the worldly. What does Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says that what is your duty being born as a human being? As soon as you have the buddhi that this is what is purushartha, as soon as you have that buddhi, the only task which remains, he says, in fact he says a very short sentence, know your swarupa. There is nothing else to do. There is nothing else to do. That should be our commitment. Other than knowing your swarupa, there is nothing to be done. So munehe satatam chitta nirodha karya. Chitta nirodha, it should be done. So you know your swarupa, then nothing else is to be done. Mind will resolve. The mind which has nothing else to do, which remains in one tattva, it is the nature of the mind to resolve. The untrained mind has the nature of jumping, but once it is clear to you that there is nothing other than you, there is nothing to be done, then what will the mind do? The mind will resolve. The trained mind will resolve finally, because there is nothing else to do. Satatam chitta nirodha karya prayatnat, but till that mind has a say, you have to have an effort by using your buddhi. Therefore, for a muni, what is karya? Prayatnat kim kah karya? Satatam chitta nirodha eva karya. Nothing else. Only evakara is there. Ekanta sthiti vijana desha nivasaha. Ekanta sthiti is stay in a secluded place, solitary place. Indriyoparamane bahirindriyanam nirvyaparatayam hetuhu. It is the cause for bahyendriya to resolve. Bahirindriyoparama eva damaha saha chetasa antakaranasya samrodhe karanam. It is the means, damaha, this bahirindriya uparamana is damaha. It is nothing but damaha, and that damaha is the cause for chetasa antakaranasya samrodhe, unto the samrodha of resolution of mind or control of the mind. Karanam, it is the means, samrodhe karanam. Indriyani pramatini haranti prasavam manaha iti gitoktehe. In the second chapter, Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita that Indriyani pramatini prasavam manaha haranti. The indriyas take away, haranti. The indriyas hijack the mind. And prasabham there is it has a very there is a derogatory interpretation also. That prasabham is in Hindi they say, rather the example, let's take it the Mahabharata example. See, Draupadi was insulted in the sabha. In Hindi say bhari sabha mein. So that is the meaning of the prasabham, by force, insult someone there. So that insult is an effect of what was done there. So that Vastrharana, similarly, that forcibly doing something. So another meaning there is balatkaraha. So here manaha, forcibly it is dragged. Haranti indriyani, they drag, whether or not you like it. The indriyas are so powerful, they'll, like robbers, they'll steal away the mind. Said Bhagavan Krishna has said that Gitokt iti gitoktehe. Therefore what? Damaha is the karana for indriya samrodha, antakarana samrodha, or mana chetasa or manasaha samrodha. So flip side is said, other way it is explained. Since the indriyas, if they are not quietened, they can hijack the mind. Therefore their withdrawal is the karana, or karana here means for samrodha of manaha. They hijack the mind otherwise. Vijana deshe shabdadi vishaya bhava shrotradishu abahirmukheshu antakaranam atmabhimukam vindate iti bhavaha. And Vijana desha has been said because in Vijana desha, in a solitary place, shabdadi vishaya bhava, since there is no noise, there is none of these shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandha are not possible. Of course, the Vishayas are there, although Vijana Desha, Janas or Jana Pradesha is not there, there are no people, but things would be there. But in comparison, the people would bring things closer to you. If you stay away from things, the things don't come to you. But even if you stay away from people, the people come to you. Thereby, Vijana Desha is said there, Shabdadi Vishaya Bhava Shrotradishu Abahirmukheshu. Once there is nothing going outward, Antakaranam Atma Mukam Vindate. Then the Antakarana will automatically go towards, because it is dragged by Indriyas. If the Indriyas are less, Vishayas, the Vishayas are not there around you, they won't drag you. They won't forcibly drag you anymore like the people. So, what will Antakarana do? It will go within. So, Atma Vibhukam Bhavati, it will turn inward. That's what it is said, that Atma Vibhukam means Abhimukam. It turns towards Atma, means the mind which is focused outward due to Vishayas not being there, the mind has nothing to focus to outward, so it turns inward because there is something to focus there. Atma is there. Therefore, Atma vimukam vindate iti bhava saha eva shamaha. That is called as shamaha. Shamena aham vasana vilayam yayat prapnuyat. It attains the aham vasana, ahankara, vasana, ahankar, individuality attains vilaya, it prapnuyat, it attains resolution. Tena yoginah anatmabhyah niruddha vrittikasya sada sarvadapi brahmi ananda rasanubhutihi anavruta brahma swarupananda abhivyaktihi achala nischala চ্যুতি shunyah bhavati. So it becomes চ্যুতি shunya means it no longer has a fall. What is that? For a yogi, anatmyah niruddha vrittikasya. This yogi is who now? Who has this nirodha vritti, meaning chitta vritti nirodha he has. For this yogi who has withdrawn from anatma, anatma vrittis have gone. For this yogi, sada sarvada api, for him sada sarvada api, always there is brahmi ananda rasanubhuti, anavruta brahma swarupananda abhyakti. That brahma swarupananda, your own ananda, which is brahmananda, it manifests without being veiled. It is no longer hidden or overshadowed by some fancies. Thereby anavruta it is. This abhivyakti, this manifestation is clear now. Achala, and it is nischala. It is without any movement, means চ্যুতি shunya. There is no unmanifestation of this. It is not agantuka. That reflected ananda stays in that clear mirror of the Shuddha Chitta. Tasmat bahyebhyah chitte niruddhe aham vasanaya apikshayena brahmananda anubhavasya nirgalatvat. Due to this sequence of events, as though events which have been explained, due to Shama, due to Dama, due to Shama, so Damena Shama, due to Shama aham vasana goes away, ahankara vasana, and thereby Ananda Rasanubhuti is there. Thereby what happens? That Ananda Brahmananda Anubhavasya Nirgalatvat, since that Brahmananda is not going away anymore, Munehe Mananashilasya Munehe, this Muni who is Mananashila, who always starts with Manana and then the mind resolves. Therefore Mananashila Muni, who is a yogi, Prayatnat Satatam Chitta Nirodhaheva Karya. With a lot of effort he has to do. Prakarsha Yatna should be there. Through a lot of effort he should do Chitta Nirodha. Nirvikalpaka Samadhi Sada Anushtaya Ityartha. Always he should practice Nirvikalpaka Samadhi. This is the idea. And Mananashila Muni also tells you that you start from Manana, the mind will automatically resolve in time. Yogasya Prathamam Dwaram Vang Nirodha Ityuktam. Tatra Pramanam. What is the Pramana to tell, to make such a statement? For the Sahasa, elsewhere in Tikas they say, this is just Sahasa. Even Bhashyakara says, without any Pramana to make such statements, blanket statements, is Sahasa Matra. So the Purva Pakshi may ask, what is this? What is the Pramana to say Vang Nirodha is the first step towards yoga, towards Chitta Nirodha? So there he says, Tatra Pramanam Yached Vang Manasi Prajnyaha Tad Yached Jnana Atmani Jnanam Atmani Mahati Niyached Tad Yached Chanta Atmani Iti Katashruti. There is a Katopnishat mantra which says Vang Manasi Prajnyaha Yached. So there Manasi is Dirgha, it is Chandasa there, it is Manasi. In the mind, Vak should be resolved. Vak is an Upalakshana there. Vak is an Upalakshana. Although I mentioned the tongue chattery, still all the Indriyas are included by saying Vak. Vak, it is an Upalakshana for all the other Indriyas also. They should be resolved in the mind. So Prajnaha should resolve. Prajnaha is this. Prajnaha in Mundaka Upanishad has a different meaning. It is a person who is in deep sleep. That is not Prajna here. Here this is one who is a yogi here, who is is who is a mumukshu, and that prajna who is a mumukshu and jijnasu. A jijnasu who has done shravana. Thereby, so prajna, although ajna is sitting there, the word ajna is sitting there, therefore the explanation has to be different. So here we can take the explanation, although more will be there in the mantra bhashya, but the way we can understand for now is why pra-ajnaha, because this prajna ajna is actually a jnaha, is a jnani, but he is an atmajnaha. Atmajnaha, he knows atma. What does he not know at that point of time? He does not know the world as real. So his ajna with respect to the worldly activities, thereby we can call him as prakarshena ajnaha, prajnaha there. And with that meaning we can move forward at least, that prajna is this person who is a jnani by atmajnana through shravana manana, but he wants to know nothing of the world. So he is trying to practice nididhyasana and move towards samadhi. Thereby he wants to resolve all the anatma. Therefore what should he do? So prajnaha vak manasi yached. He should resolve the vak, starting with the vak, all the shabda sparsha, rupa rasa gandha, indriyas, all of these he should resolve in the mind. This is the pramana for prathamam dwaram. Vang nirodha prathamam dwaram yogasya. For that pramana has been given, and then the entire mantra is quoted. So we look at the other parts. So then what should he do? Tat manaha prajnaha jnanatmani yached. So jnane atmani yached. Jnane atmani yached, in that atma which is jnana swarupa, chit swarupa, in that he should resolve that mind also kramena. And then this jnane atmani, then this in jnanam atmani mahati. So actually there atmani, jnana atmani, atma there has to be taken as buddhi, because jnane and atmani, chit swarupa, if you take as chit swarupa, the others are not. Therefore I said kramena. So kramena, you see atmani, in the second line of the mantra, atmani is sitting there. So there is, in first line also there is atmani, second line also atmani. If first is taken as shuddha atma, the second is not needed. So kramena, thereby jnane atmani with samanadikaran, there jnana would be karana vitpatti, not bhava vitpatti. Thereby karana vitpatti jnane atmani, it will not be chidatmani, it will mean buddhi. So mind should be resolved in buddhi. Basically Panchakosha Viveka is also the Manomaya Kosha is to be resolved in Vijnanamaya Kosha. So that is the meaning here. This Vak Manasi Prajnaha Yachet, then Tad Manaha Jnane Atmani, meaning Buddho Yachet, then Jnanam Atmani. Jnanam Atmani Mahati Atmani. So Mahat is also called as Atma. There is a third use called as Atma here. This Mahati Atmani is, you can take it as the universal level, at the level of the Hiranyagarbha. There Aikya is there, so you should not resolve this mind, individual mind, into individual buddhi and stay there. You should resolve the individual buddhi in the samashti buddhi. This vyashti has to resolve to samashti. So jnanam atmani, mahati atmani niyachet. This jnanam means buddhi, that vijnanamaya kosha one should resolve in the Hiranyagarbha, in the mahad atma, and then in the unmanifest. Hiranyagarbha is not manifest there. Mahat Tattva by Sankhya also is unmanifest, but here we can understand Mahat is also Hiranyagarbha niyachet, and Tad yachet Shanta Atma. This Shanta Atma is your own Swarupa. So that Hiranyagarbha at the Samashti level you resolve into Brahmatma, who is one in Samashti and Vyashti. This Shanta Atma is not an individual only and is not a universal only. He is one without the Bheda of universal and the individual. Without the Vyashti Samashti Bheda, that Shanta Atma which exists, Brahmatma, in that you resolve this Mahad Atma also. That is the Katashruti, and this is a pramana for not only Prathamadwara but the entire Krama which was mentioned here in Nirvikalpaka Samadho, Kramena Upayan Aha. Starting there, it has been explained. Katashrit tam arthatah aha vachamiti, and that is the introduction to the 370th shloka, which says vacham niyacche atmani tan niyaccha buddhau dhiyam yaccha cha buddhi sakshini tancha api purnatmani nirvikalpe vilapya shantim paramam bhajasva. The same thing is explained, that mantra in shloka. Vacham atmani niyaccha, tam niyaccha, atmani is manasi, in the mind, and then tam manaha, that atmanam, that atmana is manaha there. Tam atmanam buddhau niyaccha, you resolve that mind which is called as atma in the first pada in the buddhi, and buddhi is dhi. So dhiyam yaccha cha buddhi sakshini, in the buddhi sakshi, who is the sakshi rupa, in that you resolve that buddhi also, dhi also. Then tanchapi, that buddhi sakshinam api purnatmani nirvikalpe purnatmani vilapya, because that buddhi sakshi is still a witness, there is sakshya. So you say, I am a sakshi, I am a sakshi, I am not this buddhi, I am not this one associated with the buddhi. I withdraw myself as this individual, and I am just a sakshi. I am no longer a subject. I am not a subject, I am a witness. But that witness is also someone who has something to witness. So the witness and the witnessed bheda is there. That also has to be resolved. Therefore, I am not even a witness. Buddhi sakshinam tam chapi purnatmani nirvikalpe purnatmani vilapya. Having resolved that witness also into the purnatma, purnatma has no witness and witnessed bheda, thereby shantim paramam shantim bhajasva, tvam bhajasva, you partake of this shanti, because once there is purnatma, there is nothing else remaining, not even a little bheda, thereby you can partake of this Brahmananda rasa. You started a few minutes late, so I am tempted to finish this. Since we have seen the mantra, I will finish the bhashya also. We can go faster because the idea has been already explained. Vacham vagindriyam atmani manasi niyaccha nirundhi. You resolve the speech and all the other indriyas into mind. Vag vyaparam vihaya adau manomatrena avatishtasva ityartaha. Stopping the chatter, you resolve the mind, and then resolve the mind means what? Manomatrena avatishtasva, remain as manomaya kosha, because see, you cannot completely withdraw and when you are interacting with the world and then you have withdrawn yourself in ekanta desha, you cannot say that I am Brahma, suddenly jump as Aham Brahmasmi, and stage wise it has to be done. So you resolve the, since Ajena Pradesha is there, Vijana Pradesha is there, therefore in that ekanta you can withdraw from the Stula Sharira, and thereby there is, the Indriyas can be withdrawn. Therefore Indriyas being withdrawn, you still have the mind which is running around. So in the initial stage, have association in Manomaya Kosha only now, not outward to Manomaya Kosha. So Manomatrena avatishtasva ityartha. And he gives an example why Vag is mentioned. He says, we say Mukha Prani. Generally there is a saying, don't hurt the Mukha Prani. Not Prani, Mukha Prani we say. The prani cannot complain, it does not tell you what it wants. You have to guess. When you domesticate a cow or some other animal, you don't know what it wants. So watching it, it cannot talk it out, and we don't know what is afflicting. Imagine the doctors also have trouble when the patients complain that this is what is happening, but the doctor has to ask you. He does not know your anubhav. He has to ask you, what is the problem? Then he'll start. He cannot just, of course there are Ayurvedic doctors who used to be there earlier, who used to look at the nadi and give you the medication, which is going away in the sampradaya. But a veterinarian will have even more issues. The Mukha Prani can't tell what is happening, but there is some affliction. So that Mukha Prani, taking that kind of an example, he says, Pashwadinam iva yada maunam dhrudam bhavati. But since they don't have chit chatter, they don't have this gatherings and things like that, although we see, and they are, but Mooka Prani generally they do not go around talking to each other and spending their time and trying to have a social this thing gathering. So Pashwadinam Iva, you should become like that, not insentient like thinking, but Pashwa insentient as in not without buddhi, but Pashwadinam Iva Yada Maunam Dridam Bhavati. They are focused on their need basis. So we have to be focused towards need basis for the body, otherwise everything else is sadhana. Therefore this example of Pashwadinam Iva Yada Maunam Dridam Bhavati Tataha Sankalpa Vikalpatmakam Manorupatmanam Rupa Atmanam Kevala Adhyavasaya Lakshanayam Buddhau Niyachya. So once you become like a Mooka Prani, when you don't chit chat around, you are focused towards only need based things, then what happens? The Sankalpa Vikalpatmaka Mana, the mind which keeps on giving you the ideas to plan, gives you option, that will resolve into buddhi. That there is a possibility, and thereby what you can do, Manomatrena Avatishtasva was said earlier. Now once you become still with this Indriya Vyapara becoming quiescent, then the mind also will not have options. It will be focused only on needs, and needs are being met. You don't have to think about anything else. Thereby the mind will go to Nishchayatmika Buddhi. You resolve it into this Nishchayatmika Buddhi, because this the doubt is no longer there. There are no options created. Tada Vasyadi Rahitaha Takshaiva Kartviyapi Buddhi Bahi Vyaparebhya Shanta Bhavati. This buddhi is Sambandha with the buddhi gives you this Kartrutva Bhava. Vijnanamaya Kosha gives you Kartrutva Bhava. Anandamaya Kosha gives you Bhoktrutva Bhava. So Kartri Buddhi, not Kartri, Kartri Buddhi, Kartri Strilinga, therefore Kartri Buddhi, Trijanta in Strilinga, Takshaiva Vasyadi Rahita Taksheva, like a carpenter who has no tools. So the carpenter who has tools will work with the tools. When the tools are not there, even if you give any task to the carpenter, he cannot work. So Taksheva Kartri api Buddhi, although it is Kartri, still Buddhi is without its tools, like a carpenter is without its tool. The mind is no longer there to act as an instrument. Thereby this Vijnanamaya Kosha Sambandha of a Karta, I am a Karta, by Kartri Buddhi association, he has no tools. What will you be a Karta of if you don't have any instruments? Similarly, Bahir Vyaparebhya Shanta Bhavati. This Buddhi also, like a jobless carpenter, the carpenter is just a person now, he is no longer a carpenter. So this individual is no longer a Karta, he is just an individual at that stage who is not a Karta. So Shanta Bhavati Buddhi, Tam Shantam Dhyam Buddhi Sakshini Buddhi Buddhyupahite Chaitanya, in that Chaitanya which is just a Sakshi, that Chidabhasa which is a Sakshi, Buddhe Upaditvam Bhangtva Kevala Avabodha Matre Yacha. Then just you know, you are not a participant, you just know that there is Buddhi. So you withdraw as a witness. Then the subject becomes the witness now, and then Kevala Avabodha Matre Yacha, just knowing that there is Buddhi, you stay there, and then that is the resolution of the Buddhi. Buddhi will resolve into the witness. Then Shodita Tattvam Padartham Janihi Ityartaha, and at that stage you are a Sakshi who is what? Who is this purified Tattvam Padartha. Tattvamasi, that Padartha is completely inquired into, and you are that Shuddha Atma there. Tachapi Purnatmani Trivida Paricheda Shunye Nirvikalpe Nirgune Brahmani. That Brahmani, Tatpada Lakshe Brahmani. Once Tat and Tvam are resolved, then there is Tatpada Lakshartha, which is equal to Tvam-pada Lakshartha, which is Nirguna Brahma, Nirvikalpa Brahma, which is called as Purnatma here. Trivida Paricheda Shunya, therefore Purnatma, it is not segmented or by anything. Deshakala वस्तुदे विलाप्य एकीकृत्य, मीनिंग मेकिंग एवरीथिंग एज वन, अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट वननेस, परमाम आत्यंतिकीं शांति मोक्ष रूपम भजस्व, partake of this atyantika shanti, which is paramam shanti, is atyantika shanti. There is nothing beyond this, no greater shanti is there. Moksha rupa, it is moksha rupa bhajasva, you partake of this moksha rupa shanti. This is the shloka 370. सर्व वेदांत सिद्धांत गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविंदं परमानंदं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोस्म्यहम्. Any questions? Okay, so I'll see you in the next part. Namaste.